Hey folks, welcome back. I'm Dr. Lon Schiffbauer, and today we're going to talk about how to deliver hard news. Yes, it's not a lot of fun, it's difficult, it sort of sucks, but this is something that happens an awful lot in the business world, so we might as well learn how to do it right. So, with that in mind, what I first want to do is let's define some things, right? Let's think of scenarios in which we may have to deliver hard news. So let's first look at, say, the organizational leader, a boss, somebody like that, a leader delivering bad news to a person, department, or to a top client. We're talking something like, hey, we're canceling a project, or failure to deliver on a commitment, or changing a beloved policy, something that is not going to be accepted all too well. Or we can also look at this as an individual contributor delivering bad news to a manager or to a client, such as a mistake has been made, or I made a mistake, or a behavioral issue, a project or legal risk, something is happening that the person doesn't want to hear about, is not good news. These are the sort of scenarios that we'll be addressing today as we talk about how to deliver hard news. Okay, so we're going to discuss 8 steps that will help you be effective in delivering this kind of news to whomever you're speaking, whoever your stakeholder is. So the first one is speak up, right? Don't hold it back. When something has gone wrong, don't just ignore it or sweep it under the rug. Develop a plan for communicating the situation to those who need to hear it, even if it will be uncomfortable, embarrassing, awkward, or even painful. You can't just ignore this. It needs to be discussed. The best thing you can do is get in front of the person as quickly as you can with a plan for communicating the situation. All right. Now, when I say think about a plan or have a plan for communicating the situation, the first thing you want to do is really understand what is your purpose in communicating this, right? Your purpose in communicating is not just to convey information to address the situation. It is to do so while maintaining or even increasing your credibility in the receiver's eyes. Okay, so let's talk about this for a moment. Oftentimes, when we're delivering bad news, we go in with kind of this, my collar's funky. We go in with this sort of defensive mindset, right? How do I talk it away? How do I distance myself from accountability? How do I say it in such a way that the person won't freak out and so forth? No. We want to convey the information, but what is absolutely key is that we maintain or increase the level of credibility that the person regards us with. All right, that wasn't very good English, but you get what I'm saying. We want to maintain or increase our credibility because our credibility throughout this whole process is going to be the golden ticket by which we are able to resolve the situation. Okay. So, continuing on, be accurate. Don't spin the situation. If you try to make a bad situation sound like it's no big deal, it will backfire. You'll have to explain your explanation and your credibility will plummet. Be accurate and objective as possible. Be simple, clear, true, and balanced. Once again, our credibility is going to be the key to resolving the situation. So say it up front, be clear, be accurate, be balanced. Don't try to spin it into something that it's no big deal. That's going to hurt you. Take responsibility. Don't play the blame game and don't try to squirm out from under the situation. Now, maybe it's not your fault. Right? Maybe it's something else. But just because it's not your fault doesn't mean you try to blame it on somebody else. Say, this is a situation in which we are at risk. This is what we are looking at. This is all of us. You need to have assumed responsibility and you need to take responsibility for the outcome. So, yeah, step up to it. When you take full responsibility for whatever has happened or whatever the company has done, it sends a powerful signal of confidence, honor, and courage to the recipient. All right. They know that they're dealing with an ethical, credible person, somebody they can trust. All right. Listen. Don't try to talk people out of being upset. Oh my gosh. Okay. No. They're going to be upset. They're going to respond in an emotional way, more than likely. And there's probably going to be some level of attacking going on. Just listen. Let them emote. Let them express themselves. Everyone is entitled to their feelings, especially in the heat of the moment. Don't stifle people's natural reactions. Let them get it out. Okay. Explain your plan of action. Identifying a problem or a mistake and not following up with possible solutions is the wrong way to build trust, respect, and credibility. Yeah, if you're going to come forward, point out a problem or a mistake or an issue, and then say, we don't know what to do. Really? Have you thought about this? Can you at least give me some options? Can you tell me the pros and cons of these options? Can you help me formulate a response to this? All you've done so far is bring me the problem, brought me the issue, but gosh, help me resolve it. A plan will give the recipient assurance that while this is a bad situation, a solution is just around the corner. You've thought about it. You've given it some time to mull around. You have possible solutions in your back pocket. Let's talk about the pros and cons and figure out how to move forward. Be prepared to reiterate. Delivering bad news is rarely a one and done proposition. There's a lot of stakeholders out there. There's a lot of people that want to know what happened. Some of them have the right to know. Some of them barely have the right to know, but they're going to ask, they're going to grouse, they're going to bang around until they get some information. You may need to go through these steps more than once and multiple audiences to make sure that everyone's concerns are addressed. So don't approach this with, okay, finally, I had the meeting. I told my boss what happened. I'm done. It's like, no. We're going to own this until it gets completed. Finally, report back, okay? If you go through all the steps above and don't take the actions needed to address the situation, you'll be seen in even worse light than if you had done nothing. So in other words, listen, if you're going to bring this problem to bear and then commit to helping resolve it and then do nothing, your credibility will tank. So you want to make sure that you take the actions necessary to resolve this situation so that once again, your credibility will remain sterling in the eyes of your stakeholders. And there you go. You have a competitive advantage because now you know when a bad situation pops up, you know how to communicate it, you know how to address it, you know how to resolve it. All right? So I hope this was helpful. And until we talk again, have a fantastic day.